Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our live Missoula Gives Jeopardy. We may not have legal rights to that song. Please don't call us out for it. Coming to you live right here from the MCAST studios inside of the brand new Missoula Library. We're excited to introduce a fun Missoula-themed game. I also encourage you to give out some love to Missoula Gives. Without much further ado, let's meet our contestants. As John pretty excited about. Some great folks from around Missoula. Let's start with Molly Bradford. Molly likes to work hard, mom hard, play hard, and sleep hard. She's crafty, sporty, spicy, and irreverent. Both a good team player and a secret keeper. She likes local food, shopping small, and running Gatherboard, aka MissoulaEvents.net. Molly, how are you doing this evening?
It wouldn't be that one, it'd just be your audio going into that one. You should be muting your mic. See the top left.
I don't know if we can hear you yet, Molly. That's okay.
Can we hear her?
I don't think so. I can hear you, though. As you can tell, this is going to be a fairly relaxed kickback game. So if you're watching from home, grab a drink with us and hang out. Molly, you should just keep talking in general, and once we pull you in, then we'll know you're there.
Oh, I'm going to say something.
Yeah, you had both your mics on there, so anything I was saying.
Well, while we're starting that out, we just do want to point out that this is the 8th year of Missoula Gives, which is very exciting. And this year, both with Missoula Gives and Bitterroot Gives, we have over 160 nonprofits that we're raising money for, which is
we're at $965,000.
And we're at $965,000. And we're just a couple hours left, right?
Yeah.
So let's make sure to pop up over that million tonight, folks. And if you would like to give, you can go to MissoulaGives.org. It's a $5 minimum donation. So there's so many great organizations, and every little bit goes a long way. There's also what I think is probably one of the best options is the stretch pool. Stretch pool means you put in whatever amount that you can give, and that will be evenly split between all of our nonprofits, making sure everybody gets a little bit of love, which I think is fantastic. A lovely tech crew. How are we doing on talking to our team? What if I say talking to our team? What if I get really sassy with it?
Molly looks good.
Is that Molly? Molly, can you talk? Oh, she can't hear us. It's just trash. Well, hey, folks, we are going to get these technical difficulties sorted out for us real quick, and we'll be right back. But until then, how about we throw up some videos of some of our great nonprofits while we get this sorted out?
Oh, God.
Can I do anything, guys?
Nope.
I can hear everything.
We're developing important skills for working in the wilderness this summer, becoming familiar with our primitive tools, testing out our gear, learning how to navigate in a land without Google Maps. But I'm also recognizing an important new way to perceive nature. Nature gets up in our face. Deer wander daily between the buildings. One intern encountered a wolf on an early morning trail run. Oyster and morel mushrooms regularly provide a free dinner to those with watchful eyes. These natural displays such abundances of vitality, fecundity, and productivity. From the trees to the insects, to the uninhibited Locksaw River flowing right by our tents, show a land community with greater agency, where it is difficult to keep humanity and civilization at the forefront of the mind.
For some of us, our first time in the wilderness can be overwhelming at first.
Its unorthodox methods hold a different lesson for each student, and as cliche as it sounds, teaches one to seize the day.
Seeing for miles nothing but undeveloped and primitive forest, where water in creeks and lakes is so clean we can't imagine a place like it aside from the public pool. Where even the sound of a passing plane sounds like something from a distant land.
As we drove back to civilization, my hair a greasy mess and my clothes sweaty and dirt-stained, I mulled over the lessons I'd learned. Hitch 1 was nothing short of a learning curve. Learning that oatmeal for breakfast gets old after day 2. Learning that your toes will go numb and there's nothing you can do about it. Learning that if you fall face forward with a full pack into a trenched trail, you will get stuck and you will get laughed at.
Being in the wilderness can be a challenging and eye-opening experience for some people, especially when your introduction to it is starting with an 8-mile hike to Big Sand Lake. This is where we found our Sierra Club volunteers on a Sunday morning after an already exhausting journey to the Hoodoo Lake campground the day before. After crossing the wilderness boundary, we found about 50 trees down. As the volunteers clambered over fallen trees with full packs, 4 of us worked on clearing as much of the trail as we could. It was a glorious moment when we finally all made it to Big Sand Lake and the volunteers could seek refuge in their big bug tent.
The next order of business at camp was to start a fire to set at bay the clouds of mosquitoes that call this area home. Although bugs may be annoying at times, the mind is only temporarily distracted by discomfort. Whether while working on clearing a trail, monitoring campsites, or attempting to move large rocks out of a narrow ridge trail, we can only feel appreciation for the opportunity to serve in such a wild place.
1 week in the Selway Bitterroot taught me that any body of water counts as a shower as long as you scrub the dirt off, and that hiking up to a saddle through snow isn't easy, but the views are definitely worth every step.
We spent the day clearing trees with the other 2 members, plus interns Emma and Henry, and the Sierra Club volunteers. Our group's finest moment was making 5 cuts in a tree that was covering about 40 feet of trail.
We experienced a rather strong summer storm overnight about midweek, not too different from Iowa storms as they roll across the plains. Flashes of lightning every 5 seconds, shortly followed by loud cracks through the mountains accompanied the whipping rains and wind against the tent fly. Everyone may find a different meaning in wilderness, and some may take longer than others to find it.
Everyone felt a great sense.
Hello, and welcome to a virtual tour of the new Missoula Public Library building, home to Missoula Public Library, University of Montana's Spectrum Discovery Area, Families First Learning Lab, and MCAT Community Media Resource. I'm Tracy Lesneski, Principal with MSR Design, the design architects for the project. We, along with our local partner A&E, are delighted to have had the honor of designing this new community hub for the region. Working in the Missoula Valley was an inspiration to our team and informed the building's form and materiality. The ever-changing valley weather and its impact on light and color influenced the exterior cladding choice, which reflects the sky and surrounding light and colors, rendering it as changeable as the valley weather. Large expanses of glass offer views into the activities inside the building, bring ample daylight in, and connect people inside to the city, campus, Mount Sentinel, and Mount Jumbo, reinforcing the building's place in the community it serves. Immediately upon entering, we're in the active heart of the building, known as the marketplace. From the entry, one immediately gets oriented to the building via views all the way through to the south, and encounters for the first time an important wayfinding feature, the main stair and building core. Wrapped in wood and containing the stair, elevator, and toilet rooms, this core is key to orientation and wayfinding as one moves throughout the building. The wood adds warmth to each floor and serves as a visual cue. The main level is vibrant and active, providing spaces to meet and interact, make things, and experiment with technology and media. This level is also home to the Trapper Peak Coffee Shop, which includes an outdoor patio for those fine days. The Marketplace zone includes display of new books and media, and a retail shop with offerings from each building partner available for purchase. The makerspace opens onto the marketplace, so exciting makerly activities can spill out. Youths have a special destination on this floor with the teen space and a National Institute of Health SEPA-supported living lab. Building partner MCAT is located on this floor, complete with equipment checkout, small sound booths, places to create and edit audio and video content, and access to its high-tech production studio and talented staff. A large workroom for library staff on this floor is complemented by the automated materials handling system, which greatly improves the speed with which materials can get checked in and sorted for reshelving. This frees up valuable staff time for other critical aspects of public service, and with an expanded building size but the same number of staff, that efficiency is very important.
The color theme and forms throughout the building used the metaphor of a mountain climb for each floor of the building. The local bitterroot flower inspired the pink accents on level 2. This floor is all about children, families, and learning through play. It is home to the Harrington Children's Library, Family's First Learning Lab, and University of Montana's Spectrum Discovery Area. Daylight-filled and organized by age group, Level 2 has places to collaborate and play together, as well as quiet nooks for reading alone and rooms for school-aged children to study. The Water Room, a collaboration between Spectrum, Families First, and Clark Fork Coalition, is an exciting hands-on opportunity to learn about water and the water cycle. This floor also boasts interactive play fixtures designed to allow the imagination to run free. Located near these fixtures is the Imaginarium storytelling space. This room can open all the way up to the Children's Library for larger programs or expanded play and learning space. Conveniently located toilet rooms and a comfort room, which is a space that can be used for breastfeeding or calming a child, are part of the main building core. And regular library users will be delighted to see that the Gnome House lives on. Building partner Families First Learning Lab has its home on this floor as well, complete with a comfortable reception area, private consultation rooms, and a classroom. Ensuring that the building is long-lasting, flexible, and sustainable was a primary project driver. The design includes a mechanical system utilizing hydrothermal energy and a raised floor with underfloor air distribution system. This system minimizes energy use and delivers fresh air at the user level. The raised floor also supports long-term flexibility. The Payne family floor on level 3 features the fiction and nonfiction collections, reference services, and a variety of reading areas and learning spaces. The demonstration kitchen space is a great opportunity to see our built-in flexibility in action. This room is designed for demonstration cooking and also for use as a study area, a meeting room, or just a place to enjoy the view to Mount Sentinel while paging through books on cooking and nutrition. This floor provides many kinds of seating and study spaces and is a place where one can find quiet in this new library building, in study nooks and enclosed bookable study rooms. The Montana Room, which contains genealogy resources and the library's historical research collection, occupies a special corner on this floor and is accented in wood. This floor also contains a business center with laptop lending, printers, business resources, and a collaboration pod. Our design deliberately minimizes the use of interior finishes to essential, performative, and beautiful surfaces to conserve natural resources, while also ensuring that what people touch and interact with is warm and inviting, such as the handrail of the main stair or the sound-absorptive textiles on the study room walls. There are plenty of comfortable seats with lovely daylight and views to the exterior surroundings. We took particular care to provide public views to Mount Jumbo when we learned of the elk migration that takes place there each year. Level 4 is the airy summit of our figurative mountain climb and is devoted to public engagement and community gathering. This level features flexible, state-of-the-art meeting rooms and inspiring views, and the Cooper's Space Event Center. Upon entering this floor, one encounters the pre-function space, which supports events, receptions, and gatherings and provides spectacular views to the north and south. The south side of the floor offers access to an exterior patio overlooking Mount Sentinel and the city. A reception lounge offers convenient catering access and also space to have a meeting or to study. Another lounge on the north side of the floor doubles as a staff service point, a check-in area for events, or is just a lovely spot to meet with someone or relax and enjoy the view. The Blackfoot Boardroom occupies a special corner of the building, with full-height glass that makes one feel as though they are sitting in the mountains. This flexibility ensures that the new Missoula Public Library will be a useful and flexible tool in support of the community's civic gathering, programming, and event needs. Thank you for the opportunity to show you the new library building. We are excited to see the building activated with people engaged in learning and discovery in myriad ways, people gathering and socializing, and putting this new public amenity to work.
We're developing important skills for working in the wilderness this summer, becoming familiar with our primitive tools, testing out our gear, learning how to navigate in a land without Google Maps. But I'm also recognizing an important new way to perceive nature. Nature gets up in our face. Deer wander daily between the buildings. One intern encountered a wolf on an early morning trail run. Oyster and morel mushrooms regularly provide a free dinner to those with watchful eyes. These natural displays such abundances of vitality, fecundity, and productivity. From the trees to the insects, to the uninhibited Lochsaw River flowing right by our tents, show a land community with greater agency, where it is difficult to keep humanity and civilization at the forefront of the mind.
For some of us, our first time in the wilderness can be overwhelming at first.
Its unorthodox methods hold a different lesson for each student, and as cliche as it sounds, teaches one to seize the day.
Absolutely.
And we are coming back in live, sorting this out. Hello, crew.
They're bringing us on, guys.
Yeah, and they can hear you as we speak, so stop cussing, you guys. But you can still keep talking about how fabulous I am. It's okay. I don't even mind. Hey, we were just about ready to introduce our contestants for our Missoula-focused Jeopardy situation. And we were starting with Molly. Molly, how are you doing tonight? Molly.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Andy, join in.
Molly.
Nah.
This is like the worst third grade Zoom meeting ever. If you're not being spoken to, let's go ahead and not speak, because that sounds fun.
Maybe Jeopardy will turn into karaoke.
Yeah, Molly, can you hear me? Yeah, they
They're
can't hear me at
cool
all.
LL Cool J.
You know, that's the
one I
fun
always
of being
wanted to
in a
learn
new
with them.
studio, in a new library with all new equipment.
I think you're there, Molly. I think it's been learned.
You guys are not going to believe this, but I have watched very little of Jeopardy over my life. It kind of became popular when I went from college to working nights in TV, and I didn't watch night TV. So,
Right.
But I love the format. And of
I've
course,
watched
Alex.
a lot of Jeopardy.
Have you?
Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm good at it, but
Meg, that would be like a good thing to just get queued up for like just mindless nursing time when you're like,
just watch Jeopardy. I get
Jeopardy,
smarter.
Some other random stuff, you know.
I had my last baby class last night, and it was all about postpartum stuff, and I was like, this was the
I am proud of her for being a really good person with good values and good morals.
She says it was all me, and I will continually disagree with her for my whole life.
She's a wonderful mother. She always puts Jonathan first.
Honestly, that one person, she was that one person I could go to, tell her anything.
She'll call me just like, hey, is this normal? Just to kind of normalize things. Like, oh, I'm exhausted today and my son is really getting on my nerves. And I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm in the same boat as you.
I think I looked up to her so much. And plus, there's just so many great things about her.
I'm proud of her for getting through all of this and not being angry. She's not angry. She's happy. And she has a lot to be angry about. I think a lot of adults in her life broke a lot of trust in her, and she has come out still trusting people and still taking risks and still living life and doing really well.
We've had so many funny times. She makes me laugh. We would go and people watch at the mall. Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
I'm just proud of her. I just see her and I just light up, and I'm just so happy and relieved that she survived this.
She's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, but she'll say differently. And I didn't even, she saw something in me I still don't see in me.
She went through a lot. And I just don't take that for granted when I see her. She's pretty special.
Hi, folks. We're back yet again, and I think we finally got it sorted out here. We like to be teasers around here, so it's kind of a big deal. We have some great guests tonight, though. Let's see if we can get them on to talk about. I introduced Molly quite a while ago, but you probably know Molly best from Gatherboard, which runs MissoulaEvents.net, one of the best spots in town to find out all the fun things that are, well, will be going on. I imagine it was a little slow there this the last year, wasn't it, Molly?
Yeah, terrifying. But you know what? There's actually a lot going on, and it's really exciting to find it and put it on there, and to have you put it on there too.
Exactly, yeah. So that's a great site for it. And Molly, which nonprofit did you select tonight? Which will you be playing for? At least one of those selections.
I will be playing for Tell Us Something. I had the honor of speaking at the last live Tell Us Something. We didn't know that at the time in December 2019. And it was hugely impactful for me. I've also attended before, and I think that storytelling is as much about being a good listener as it is about being a good storyteller, and that's who I'm playing for.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I actually was lucky enough to do a couple of them back when he was a little more desperate for people. Now he has much more talented, interesting people, I think, to come up. Let's move on to, speaking of, let's move on to Mr. Mark Haka. Mark was born and raised in Kansas and has been fascinated with weather since he saw a tornado as just a little kiddo. He's been a meteorologist for 38 years, 22 of those in Missoula, and you can currently see him on ABC Fox Montana. Welcome, Mark. How you doing tonight?
Hello. I wanted to elaborate on seeing my first tornado at age 7. Dad said,
"Oh, sure."
Dad said, "Grab something important and run to the cellar," and I grabbed a hula hoop and a cat. Well, those are important
And
to
the
a
rest
7-year-old.
is history.
The rest is history.
Mark, which nonprofit are you playing for tonight, or one of them?
MCT is dear to my
Hello,
heart.
MCT.
I love ME, and I'm sure you all know it's not just community theater. You know about the little red buses that go around the country. They go to little, Bird City, Kansas, where football defines the city. Well, they teach them for a week, theater, and then they put on Rumpelstiltskin. They go overseas. They spread the love around a large part of the country. It's a wonderful organization. I've been on the board. I've ushered. I've been in. I was the principal in Footloose. Don't dance. Don't dance.
You hate that dancing, Mark Aiken, don't you? Well, that's fantastic. MCT also near and dear to my heart. I started as a little kiddo and actually toured for almost 2 years, 37 states with them. Great
my gosh, I
organization.
did not know
love
that.
that. Oh, come on. Catch up, Mark. Jeez, where you been? Oh, my gosh. Let's move on to Miss Meg Witcher. Meg has lived in Missoula longer than anywhere else in her entire life. She's serving her community and its families through her job at Parks and Rec, and has fueled her love for this place, its people, and its open spaces, especially those Missoula kiddos. You can find her on her bike, wandering on trails, pumping up the Stoke. What is pumping up the Stoke?
Oh, I mean, you got to come to a Zootown Derailers practice if you don't know what pumping up the Stoke is.
Do I want to? It sounds dangerous.
That's why it's fun.
Okay. All right. I fully support that. That's great. We also tonight. I'm sorry, Megan. What are you playing for this evening?
I'm
Which
playing
group are
for
you
the
looking
Lowell.
for?
I'm playing for the Lowell School PTA as a proud Northside resident and future mother of a child that's going to go to Lowell. And because of our active partnership with MCPS at Lowell through my job with Parks and Recreation, going to support the PTA to get some more books into their library and to their take-home library. So pretty stoked for all the
Fantastic.
momentum over at Lowell.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Good work there, Meg. Next, we have Mr. Andy Spatanka. Andy has lived in Missoula since 1990. He works in special education at Meadow Hill Middle School, my alma mater, and he makes art and movies on the side. Welcome, Andy. How are you doing this evening?
I'm lovely. Thank you, Reed, for having us.
There was discussion that you might be the ringer in this game just because you're such a history nut. Everybody's a little shaking in their boots because of you. What do you think your chances are?
Well, I'm flattered. If most of the questions have to do with Missoula between 1865 and 1895, I think I'll be aces. Sports questions, and believe it or not, I'm really lousy at trivia games. People have tried to draft me into their pub night trivia before, and I'm just.
And you're just dead weight. Just an albatross around their necks.
You know, like that weird second guess game. Some people want to go for the gut, and some people, want to sit around and ponder and arrive at the wrong answer anyway. I'm just always
right. Yeah, to really take the long way to the wrong way. Awesome. And last but not least, we have Miss Elke Gubbertson. Now, Elke, I know that you are the powerhouse behind Mama Load, but what else would you like folks to know about you?
Oh yeah. I threw my bio in the chat, so I'm a little behind the game. I can read it. Elke Gerritsen was born in and loves Missoula. She founded Mamalode, works for My Village, and loves her teenage sons and their friends. Her house doesn't even look like adults live there. It's true. It's the only reason anything ever got done is because I didn't care what it looked like. And tonight I am playing All Chips In for Rocky Mountain Ballet Theater and their partner organization, Ballet Beyond Borders. They not only take Missoula kids all over the world at very high and exciting levels of dance, they bring world-class dancers from across the globe to Missoula, and it's all rooted in arts and diplomacy. So not only they talk about how art can change the world, they're actively doing it through art. So it's really exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're a great organization over there. Good call, Elkie. Oh, and I missed one step here. Andy, who are you playing for this evening?
Playing for Zootown Arts Community Center.
Hey, yo, the Zach. They have a big, I guess all the tickets are sold, so there's no major reason to push it, but their mini show is coming up in just a few weeks, which is pretty exciting as well. So here's the deal. Here's the way the game is. No, it's not. I'm hosting it. I hope I shouldn't be at two places. Here's the way the game's going to play. We have 5 different categories. They include Sounds of Missoula, Missoula Gems, Keep Missoula Weird, Missoula's History, and Name That Nonprofit. You might notice a certain theme involving a certain town. And this is the way we're going to work. Instead of kind of ringing in, all of our contestants will have a chance to answer all of the questions. And we will just kind of do a round robin of people picking a category and picking the amount. Can they see right now? Can they see the board with the categories and numbers? I can't. We're waiting for it.
No.
That's okay. We're getting it for you guys. I'm really excited. Once it happens, it's going to be so exciting.
I have to do anything.
And just so you folks know at home, whoever gets the most points tonight is going to have $200 to give to their favorite nonprofit. Second place will be 100 points, $100. Third place will be $50, and fourth and fifth will have $25 to share as they will, all on MissoulaGives.org. If you're not currently on MissoulaGives.org, you should definitely go check it out. There is just amazing groups of so much variety on there that really make Missoula what Missoula is. And again, if you have trouble like I would picking, there's always the stretch pools, which allows you to donate in general, and that those funds are dispersed between all of our nonprofits here in town, which is great. Also, one thing to point out, because we only have a couple hours left, so there's over $70,000 available in matching donations. So if you go to the menu on MissoulaGives.org and you look down for matching donations, I believe, you can find all those great organizations. In a lot of situations, you can double your money that you're giving to that organization that you support. So make sure to go check that out. How are we doing on our Jeopardy run, guys? We're getting there. It's a slow but steady process. I really enjoy that.
We're really
It's
hoping
great.
that it hits 1 million while we're doing Jeopardy. So Missoula,
Yep.
level up so that it happens during Jeopardy. If it happens, Andy Smitanka has a special interpretive dance that he's going to do when it hits 1 million.
We just crossed
We're at
979,000.
I know just the dance for this.
Do you have it ready? That's incredible.
Oh, always.
I can connect you with Rocky Mountain Ballet.
You'll see my jazz hands and some hot jazz dance moves. Get ready for it, Missoula.
And if we hit 1 million, Mark Hake is going to make sure it's 75 and sunny for the next 6 months.
That's right, guaranteed.
No smoke. Oh,
and
I'm in.
I might sing a little bit about Missoula. Missoula
Can we not though, Mark? I'm just kidding. Go for it.
Instead
Did you have some preps? Go for it.
Instead of Chicago, Missoula. So Missoula is the Wilma Building. Missoula is the Clark Fork River. Missoula is, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera.
Wilma Theater turns 100 years old this month. In fact, pretty much today.
What's that?
Missoula Theater turns 100 years old.
Yeah, I think you have 2 days. Yeah, they're having a First Friday event. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here with us tonight. You can make sure to get out as long as you are safe and sound out there. Might be a great night to just go take a stroll as that rain started to clear up here. You know, folks, we're going to take one more little break here to make sure we have this game fully sorted out for our contestants. And we'll be right back. We'll give it over to you, Laura. definitely can't see it on a tiny preview. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
Do you want my computer and
I don't really know how. I mean, they can just read off their answers, but that's going to be a hot mess because they don't know what order they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs your computer so he can see the live, or so he can see.
he just needs the Zoom feed? I need to like log on to that Zoom call because he's not gonna be able to see it on my live
Right.
screen.
You can access that Zoom call on our Gmail calendar.
Are you guys all still there? Are you guys safe? And welcome back for yet another attempt at getting this Jeopardy game going on. Let's just see how we do, folks. Can all of our contestants see the Jeopardy board clearly enough?
No.
No, not in general. It is probably pretty small on your screens as well. Well, hey, let's go ahead and we're just going to do one of these rounds just on the fly. I'll just ask you guys the questions. You guys can put up your answers, and hopefully we can get it to where you can select them here in a hot minute. Well, let's just go to Keeping Missoula Weird. It's our third round, is Keeping Missoula Weird. And so we're just going to start with the $100 prize. So listen up here, guys. This is for our contestants in Keeping Missoula Weird. This Missoulian is a quiet guy, but you'll often see him revving up the engine on his motorcycle as he speeds away. He's a professional at what he does. He's even been recognized nationally for his accomplishments. He's great with the kids, has a knack with the ladies, and is always rocking his signature bandana. Go ahead and get your boards out and write down your answer to who is this famous Missoulian for 100 points. I'll try to give you guys some time, but we're going to move through relatively quickly here. So let's go ahead and why don't you guys hold up your answers? We'll see if we can get that switched over for you. We'll hold up the answers. He has a motorcycle.
I had no idea. That was a total guess.
I
Total
didn't
guess.
realize that the questions were going to be written like in free verse. I'm like, what is going on? Who's doing what?
I wasn't quite ready for it either. Most of them are not like that. I will say, I did not write these questions, but they're mostly pretty great here. Let's go ahead and just move on to our $200 question in that round. Maybe we can pop up that screen here. 200. What is the elevation of the city of Missoula? We'll do, well, we'll see what you guys come up with, but we'll do closest is probably bestest. So 3209. So we'll
Ollie
take those
Bradford,
32.
damn!
Well, and here's the deal. Some of you guys are really close. There's two 3300s. We'll take those as well. And I can't quite see who those answers are. I can't see your guys' names on there. So we'll just have to figure it out here as we go. It's wildly exciting.
We can write our names in the bottom of our whiteboard.
I can only see tiny pictures of you guys, so I can't even read your names on there to see who you are. And you all have such delightful sunglasses on. That doesn't help much either. I'd say keep them on. Let's keep the party going here. We'll have somebody else try to figure out how the scoring is going to work, and we'll just move on to our $300 question in Keep Missoula Weird. Fort Missoula hosted many experimental projects over the years, including the 25th Infantry Regiment, an all-black group of Buffalo soldiers testing out what mode of transportation for military use. What mode of transportation did that 25th Regiment use? Coming out of the Fort Missoula. There's a few minutes. Jeeps. Everybody but Mark got it right. Yes, bicycles. They were the bicycle cavalry. Oh, so close, Mark, except not at all. And, and they realized, wow, kind of before rubber was very good or roads were good, riding a bike was a screaming nightmare over rough terrain. So that's why there is not currently bicycle cavalries all around the world, I would imagine.
That's why Meg makes a profession of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. They got to do it as a job. All right, let's move on to our $400 question and keep Missoula weird. We are here in support of Missoula Gives and Bitterroot Gives, a 26-hour fundraising benefiting many local nonprofits. How many nonprofit groups are participating this year? We'll go for an exact number here if you guys did your research. How many? What is your guess? Once I have all the boards up, we'll switch over to see your answers. All righty. Oh.
Your website lies, Missoula Gives. It
Yeah,
says
your web
163.
Well, the website says 163. I don't know. Yes, stretch pool. Yeah.
I want an instant replay.
Yeah, exactly. We need an instant recount here. Hey, let's finish off this category really quick here, and then we're going to take another short break here to make sure we got everything sorted out. We have, I believe this is a picture round or picture question. What was the famous saying of this infamous Missoulian? And do we have a picture available for him?
We can't see anything.
We can't see anything.
Oh, there he is. Can you guys see it now?
No, we don't have access to any visual.
Tell us what
Okay,
who he is.
well, our folks at home can see that now, so we'll go to a break now.
Andy, that's what I was going for.
And we'll come back for your answers in just a moment here. Do we have another awesome nonprofit queued up?
Hey, Andy.
Hey, Lulu.
What
No,
are
Andy
3
just
things
guessed,
you love?
Andy, I don't think you're
Give me 3 things you've learned from turning the wheel.
Expressive
embodiment.
Spencer and I took that guy out.
I know
for
how
cheese
to
fries
respond
at
to
Iron Horse
changing
Mall.
circumstances with ease and grace.
2. I've learned to speak my truth.
3.
We have 3 things.
We have 3 things.
Can we say, yeah! Yeah!
The Art Museum helps support the community of Missoula, and the diversity of Missoula helps support the Art Museum and its mission.
I was excited to work with MAM because of their mission, mostly. Projecting the voices of people who haven't been heard previously or have been stifled, I think is really important and necessary to the art world in this day and age.
The Art Museum helps support the community of Missoula, and the diversity of Missoula helps support the Art Museum and its mission.
I was excited to work with MAM because of their mission, mostly. Projecting the voices of people who haven't been heard previously or have been stifled, I think is really important and necessary to the art world in this day and age.
Arts Missoula advocates for and supports local artists who make Missoula a uniquely vibrant community. We ensure equal access to the arts for all K-8 Missoula County public school students through SPARK, Arts Ignite Learning. We educate Missoula's K-12 students about other cultures, fostering cultural competence and diplomacy through our global and cultural affairs programming. Arts Missoula celebrates our community through events like First Night, German Fest, and Arts Missoula Speaker Series. Become a partner of Arts Missoula and donate today. MissoulaGives.org.
We're developing important skills for working in the wilderness this summer, becoming familiar with our primitive tools, testing out our gear, learning how to navigate in a land without Google Maps. But I'm also recognizing an important new way to perceive nature. Nature gets up in our face. Deer wander daily between the buildings. One intern encountered a wolf on an early morning trail run. Oyster and morel mushrooms regularly provide a free dinner to those with watchful eyes. These natural displays such abundances of vitality, fecundity, and productivity. From the trees to the insects, to the uninhibited Lochsaw River flowing right by our tents, show a land community with greater agency, where it is difficult to keep humanity and civilization at the forefront of the mind.
For some of us, our first time in the wilderness can be overwhelming at first.
Its unorthodox methods hold a different lesson for each student, and as cliche as it sounds, teaches one to seize the day.
Seeing for miles nothing but undeveloped and primitive forest. Where water in creeks and lakes is so clean we can't imagine a place like it aside from the public pool. Where even the sound of a passing plane sounds like something from a distant land.
As we drove back to civilization, my hair a greasy mess and my clothes sweaty and dirt-stained, I mulled over the lessons I'd learned. Hitch 1 was nothing short of a learning curve. Learning that oatmeal for breakfast gets old after day 2. Learning that your toes will go numb and there's nothing you can do about it. Learning that if you fall face forward with a full pack into a trenched trail, you will get stuck and you will get laughed at.
Being in the wilderness can be a challenging and eye-opening experience for some people, especially when your introduction to it is starting with an 8-mile hike to Big Sand Lake. This is where we found our Sierra Club volunteers on a Sunday morning after an already exhausting journey to the Hoodoo Lake campground the day before. After crossing the wilderness boundary, we found about 50 trees down. As the volunteers clambered over fallen trees with full packs, 4 of us worked on clearing as much of the trail as we could. It was a glorious moment when we finally all made it to Big Sand Lake and the volunteers could seek refuge in their big bug tent.
The next order of business at camp was to start a fire to set at bay the clouds of mosquitoes that call this area home. Although bugs may be annoying at times, the mind is only temporarily distracted by discomfort. Whether while working on clearing a trail, monitoring campsites, or attempting to move large rocks out of a narrow ridge trail, we can only feel appreciation for the opportunity to serve in such a wild place.
1 week in the Selway Bitterroot taught me that any body of water counts as a shower as long as you scrub the dirt off, and that hiking up to a saddle through snow isn't easy, but the views are definitely worth every step.
We spent the day clearing trees with the other 2 members, plus interns Emma and Henry, and the Sierra Club volunteers. Our group's finest moment was making 5 cuts in a tree that was covering about 40 feet of trail.
We experienced a rather strong summer storm overnight about midweek, not too different from Iowa storms as they roll across the plains. Flashes of lightning every 5 seconds, shortly followed by loud cracks through the mountains, accompanied the whipping rains and wind against the tent fly. Everyone may find a different meaning in wilderness, and some may take longer than others to find it.
Everyone felt a great sense of accomplishment and pride knowing that they had achieved something larger than themselves. We bestowed as much knowledge of trails in the Selway on them that we could.
Closer to wilderness, nature has more room to breathe and speak, and aided greatly by a lack of cell phone service, we're forced to become a listener. And though we have little say in it, I have yet to meet anyone at the ranger station who isn't made happier by that prospect.
Home Resources' mission is to reduce waste and build a more vibrant and sustainable local economy. We're not a policy organization, but we did put together a zero waste resolution that was passed in 2016 by City Council. The meat of it is that we commit as a community to reducing our waste 90% by 2050. And that effort has become known as our Zero by 50 effort. A couple things that we know about zero waste. It's completely doable. We don't need big technological breakthroughs, but we know what to do, and we know what to do right now. So there are these nice, concrete, doable, tangible steps that we can take. Nobody wants to waste. It's just our job to make it easy for them not to waste.
Deep down in my core, I love the feeling of not putting things in my garbage can or filling the landfill, and so we try to live as green and as consciously as we can, so that way our kids inherit a great community and a clean planet.
We do keep 900 tons of material annually out of the landfill. We move 2.5 tons of material a day. And I like to say the dust never settles at Home Resource. So things are always moving in, they're moving out, we're sorting them, we're stocking them. And we just recognized that we weren't going to solve this problem of how much waste we produced as a society. We need to change the systems that help generate that waste in the first place. And we started a zero waste education program where we work with 5th graders. We call it the Zero Waste.
Here we go. All righty, and we are back. We're just going to dive in and get some of this trivia out with these awesome contestants we have. Hello, contestants.
Hey.
How are y'all doing? Hey. We're going to move on to our Missoula Gems round. Missoula Gems, not opals or diamonds, but some gorgeous things around town. We're going to start with our $100 question. It is a picture question, so we'll see if we can figure that out. What do locals call this hot spot? Not hot pot. Hot spot. And will the question pop up here? What is it? What is it, Precious? And I got to write down your answers, and we'll just go down. Start with Molly.
Brennan's
You can read out
Wave.
loud for us, Molly. Brennan's Wave. Mark.
Brennan's Wave.
Did everybody get it? Mark waited till the very. Oh, Mark said the Clark Fork River. Are we going to give it to him? Sure, why not? Let's be gracious today. What is? Oh, and somebody put in what is Brennan's Wave? No extra points, but I do like your style, Andy. Right up my anal retentive alley. All right, good. Let's move on to our $200 question. $200 question in Missoula Gems. What is the name of this beautiful historic location? The building once served as a post station, a men's hall, and it even had an indoor pool at one time. What is the name of the building? Wait till we get that image of the building up.
That's not what I thought it was going to be.
I'll give you a hint. It is an alliterative name. Alliterative.
Yeah, I've been to that building. Missoula.
That's okay. Alliterative. I just like saying that word. Alliterative. All right, that's your time. Show up your best quest, and let's go down the line. Read out your answers for me, please.
Oh.
Start with Molly.
I know it's at Fort Missoula. It's like there's the answer. Heritage Hall.
Heritage Hall. Did anybody get it?
No.
But is it at Fort Missoula?
Yes.
It is at Fort Missoula.
It is at Fort Missoula.
But I'm not going to give in that. I'm not being that kind either. No, the only reason I know is I used to be a flower delivery guy, and it was always another order out at Heritage Hall.
We hit $1 million.
Did we just hit $1 million?
Yeah.
Missoula! We have just hit $1 million in our entire fund situation, which is pretty dang exciting. We were promised a dance. We'll maybe wait till we get back from a break to see if Andy can bust out a dance for us. Let's finish off this category of Missoula Gems. Our $300 question. What is the name for the new Higgins Avenue Bridge? We are looking for the English translation of the new Higgins Avenue Bridge, and we'll give you bonus points if you can pronounce the name. So, we'll give everybody, and contestants, make sure not to look up until you're done, because otherwise that's a great way to cheat. Oh, we got it. Couple more. I can't quite see. Everybody got it? That's fantastic. That's $300 for everybody. Now, the real question is, can anybody pronounce the new name?
Bear Tracks.
Okay, that's a failure.
Excuse me, Elkie, it's Bear Tracks Bridge.
BR.
Schuihuitis, Simcha. 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 Schuihuitis, Simcha.
Our $400 question. $400 in Missoula Gems. Built in the 1870s, this building has a long history, but now sits waiting to find out its plans for the future. What is this location called? We'll wait for the picture there. What is this location called? Yeah, over 1.3 million. That's so exciting.
Oh, we lost the window feed.
Well, that's okay. You guys all had your chance. Let's see. We got Missoula Homestead. We got Harrier Ranch. We got the cool brick building by Big Sky. We got Big Sky Brewing. Andy, thrown in any guesses there? The Brickford Estate. No, my friends, that is the Leland Ranch.
Which is the cool brick building at Big Sky Brewing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Which is, so I think Elkie and I at least deserve 50%.
And I think you deserve a pat on the back and or a smack in the face.
Mark, I would just like to say, way to
a
use
cute
the name
one. I'm not
from
promoting violence.
Way to use what?
I just think Mark deserves some points for using the name of the road in the second picture. That was.
Did you see that? Yeah. I said the Harrier Ranch.
Well, the only reason why I know that is because Rolling Thunder, we pedal up that hill 1 million times during cyclocross racing. It is so hard.
You can call it Le Mans.
No, you can call it Leland Ranch. Very good. All right, guys, let's get up this final question in our Missoula Gems photo round. On what Missoula building, $500, on what Missoula building would you find this old sign?
We can no longer see the feed.
We can no longer see
That's okay. We're getting it figured out. You just breathe. Have another drink. Have another drink, sweetheart. I'm getting handsomer by the minute.
Read us the sign. Maybe we'll be able to do it.
Can you describe
I
the
can't
sign?
even see the sign. I have no idea what it is. No, we're all in the dark here, friends.
What is Orange Street?
It's a building So
Bridge
that's
Pizza.
Maybe it's the We Buy Everything building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The radio building on Main Street.
We still don't have the picture up. Do we have it somewhere? Cool. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
The creepy
Might have to pop
latrine
off
that's on
screen.
the golf course at the University of Montana.
Ooh, yeah.
The creepy
That was
latrine?
creepy.
That's a Missoula gem.
It is,
I mean,
it is some kind of gem.
If you
Some
really
kind.
gotta go, it's a gem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ooh, oh, it's
Okay.
coming.
Oh, here we go.
it's coming,
Oh,
it's
we're
coming.
getting it up.
Excited.
We're getting it over. We're in
Okay.
support. Just so you guys all know, we are at $1,004,291 for our awesome local organizations. Which, that's a
Yeah,
cheers
high
to that,
times.
Missoula. That's amazing. Okay, here's the old sign. Name the building that this old sign is on the side of. Andy diving in quick there. I like it. Oh, well, at least some of you are pretty, you know? At least you're pretty. We have some guesses. We have Sweet Peaks of Coca-Cola Atlanta. Wait, what do we have in the top left there, Molly?
Oh, Atlantic. I was saying Circle Square, but that's next door, so I crossed it out and wrote Atlantic.
There you go. We have the Railroad Building, Sweet Peaks from the back. Naughty. And the Atlantic Hotel. The answer was the Atlantic Hotel.
Oh.
It's on the side, the far. Is it on the alley side or the far side?
Alley side, I'm pretty sure.
North side of their building.
It's looking
Yes,
at the
yeah.
tracks. It's on the north side of the downtown of the south side. Awesome. Well, hey, let's get a few more questions in on another round here for y'all, and we will wait for our sound one until we have a little bit of a break here. Ooh, let's do Missoula today. A little bit of pseudo current events here around Missoula today, starting with our $100 question. It is a picture question, so we'll hold for a second. Or maybe it's not. What do we do? Which one is that one?
Cool. I wasn't even finished reading.
I know, me either.
No, it's okay. We're doing Missoula today, and we're doing the $100 question. I feel like you might have the wrong question in there too, but that's okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Well, let me find where that question actually exists. Oh, that's in Name That Nonprofit. That's probably just fine. It's a $100 question. Name that nonprofit. This community gem is a gift that keeps on giving. This team works hard to keep their 200,000 plus visitors every year smiling. In the 1990s, one man's dream became a group, which put on over 100,000 volunteer hours to create 38 unique pieces of art. The community-wide effort was created, managed, and operated by this nonprofit. Longest question known to man. What's your guess? And Name That Nonprofit, our surprise category round. We got, okay, I'm liking this. Mark, what you got there, buddy? No, trad. And then, what do you have there, Meg?
The signal boxes. I got no clue.
Oh, okay. It was, we had 1, 2, 3, Andy and Elby and Elkie, and it is the Carousel for Missoula. Yes, 1990.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Dragon's Hollow, also put up next door through amazing efforts of local organizations and volunteers. And now it's one of those things you're just like, we have a carousel down by the river, and people are like, oh, that's neat. And I'm like, no. This isn't one of those like trashy fiberglass ones with like a boombox playing. This thing is awesome. And I believe at some point it is the fastest carousel like currently operating west of the Mississippi or something. It's one of those fantastic facts you have to add a lot of caveats to.
You get dizzy
Flathead
on
Lake
it.
is the largest natural fresh body of water west of the Mississippi. Fun fact.
Flathead Lake.
Okay, let's see. Exactly. That was just saying. It's just a fun fact. It's just fun. Let's see what number 200 is in that category. We'll see if those categories got switched or not. I'm looking for. Okay, great. So we're going to name that nonprofit for question for $200. It was well known that the Lewis and Clark expedition made its way through Montana. In fact, they stopped to camp a few nights twice, actually, just south of Missoula at this tranquil spot. Name that spot / nonprofit that we're supporting today. Oh, and for Murky Mark. Oh, and we crushed it. Yes, Travelers Rest. Oh, and the nonprofit you can support tonight is Travelers Rest Connection, which is awesome as well.
I did not know
the
that.
Neat little park down there. Oh, I didn't know the connection part either. And we all learn something new every day, don't we? Isn't that just one of the sparks of life?
We're
all
so
right,
smart.
let's move on to. You guys are really smart.
So smart.
You're like so smart. It gets harder from here, so good luck.
Don't be condescending, okay?
It's who I am, Mark. It's
Yes,
part of
I
my
know. I've known you
charm.
for
A smarmy turd bag, as the kids say these days. Actually, this is not too bad. You guys should be able to get this. Our $300 question. Ian, name that nonprofit. The mission of this organization is to empower people to live more sustainably through tool sharing and education. Name that nonprofit. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Don't you guys look up, though, if you haven't done writing. It is not the longest word in the world. All right. Well, Mark, you get another chance to learn something new, and everybody else got it. It is MUD, Missoula Urban Development. They are located over by
Home Resource.
Missoula.
And they have amazing tool sharing stuff.
Missoula Urban.
Sorry, what was that, Andy?
Missoula Urban Demonstration Project.
Yes.
I see. I'm learning as well. I've just been getting that wrong for 15 years or so since they came around. Love
It's
those
okay,
guys.
Reed. It's why you're the host and not one of the guests.
I know, and it's because I'm so much prettier than you guys. Oh, God, have you seen this luscious beard? I mean, come on. All righty, guys, let's move on.
Smart, not pretty.
Well, you should try a little bit harder on both, okay, as we move forward. That'd be great.
Common enemy.
Let's move on to our $400 question. Name that nonprofit. The mission of this organization is to bring people together to inform and inspire citizens on issues vital to the Missoula area community through public forums that encourage discussion of new ideas and the free exchange of thoughts. So we're looking for a nonprofit that brings people together and inspires citizens on issues vital to Missoula through public forums and helping free exchanges of thoughts. Name that nonprofit. Well, they could also just nod you. Why don't we read all those off? Because I'm having trouble reading them all. Let's start with Molly.
City Club Missoula.
City Club Missoula. What else do we got? Marky Mark, what you got?
I did a Missoula Downtown Association.
That's a great organization, but no. Okay.
I didn't know, but I knew it was someone who maybe needs to shorten their mission statement.
I agree.
It's quite true. When you're trying to cover that much stuff, though, you're doing such good work. We had a question mark, some no ideas from Andy. And Meg, what did you put down?
All of them.
All
You
of
put
them.
down all of them?
All of them.
All of them, and
All
they're all
the
great, and I believe in them. Well, there you go. Looks like Molly smacked that one. Good work there, darling. And let's move on to our $500.
Founding City Club trustees.
Oh, wow.
Well, there you go. That's exciting. I love that.
You help write
I
the
love
mission
that.
statement?
I did not. I left before
I love
they messed it all up.
Well, we love all of our nonprofits, and we love them so much. We are now at $1,008,000, about $500 to donate. If you'd like to donate, make sure to go to MissoulaGives.org. Just $5. You can put it into the Flex Fund if you need to, and that can go out to everybody, or the stretch pool, excuse me. I got to everybody all around town. Let's check out that $500 question in are Name That Nonprofit. Name That Nonprofit question number 500. Recently donated 5 acres of land for their future home. This local group is working hard to bring Western Montana its only dedicated hospice care facility. Name that nonprofit. Again, we're looking for Missoula's, they just got granted 5 acres of land, and they want to become Missoula's, Western Montana's only dedicated hospice care facility. Can you name that nonprofit? We got some Hestia. We got the United Way from Mark. Is that Tamarack there, Elkie?
Yeah, that's what I said
And we got
too.
Tamarack from Meg and Andy. What you thinking? Struck out again. So close, Andy. And it looks like we got skunked on that 500. It was actually Partners Hope Foundation. Which again, is one of the great nonprofits you guys can
Really
support.
wanted that 500.
Yeah, that was
It
my
sounds amazing, though. That's pretty important.
That's like so exciting.
It is amazingly important. Now, before we take a break here, we're going to ask you guys to get into some things. I have a particular challenge for you. Can we get to that drawing challenge we had for these guys? Do we have a card for that?
I don't.
Okay, that's great. So you guys just listen up to the read, and then we're going to take a proper break for bathrooms, refills on drinks, and a little surprise for our folks watching at home as well. So this is your first break challenge drawing question. Jay Rummel is a well-known artist. Rummel describes his work as a flowing narrative of the history and legends of a people, their relationships to a locale, in effect, a visual folk song. Most Missoulians know a Rummel print when they see them around town. For this question, you must draw a Rummel work of art on your board. We're going to let the audience vote on which one they like the best, and we'll announce that after our next break. But speaking of breaks, without any further ado, we're going to step out. But again, folks, if you're watching, thanks so much for tuning in to our live stream from here at the MCAT studios in the brand new Missoula Library. And make sure to go to MissoulaGives.org. We are almost at $1,010,000, which is 1,010,000 reasons why Missoula is awesome. It's because folks like you are donating in the way that you are. So thank you so much. Check out all those lists of nonprofits that are on there. We have over 162 specifically this year. Go through. There's going to be something that you are passionate about because all of these groups make Missoula what it is. And if you can't decide, go for the stretch pool. Donate some money to the stretch pool in general. It'll be split between all of the nonprofits that make Missoula an awesome place to live. We're taking a quick, we'll be back in 5.
From Dick Clark, Bandstand Boogie.
It must have been moon glow that led me straight to you. I can still hear you saying, dear, why don't we fast? And I started praying, oh Lord, please let this last. We seem to float right through the air. Heavenly songs seem to come from everywhere. Now when there's no way up in the blue, I'll always remember that moon glow gave me you. Seem to float right through the air. Heavenly songs seem to come from everywhere. Now when there's moon glow way up in the blue, I'll always remember that moon glow gave me you.
Thanks, Josh. Isn't that a great arrangement? Lynn Manafort on tenor comes all the way down from St. Ignatius to blow with us.
And welcome back to the 8th year of Missoula Gives and Bitterroot Gives. We are at $1,010,776 currently, and we still have, which is amazing, and we still have at least about an hour left. It's our last hour. So I would like to encourage everybody to go to MissoulaGives.org, check in that match, go up to the menu and check for matching donations, because you could find the organization that you'd like to give to anyway and find out that your money could be doubled by going to them. And again, if you are like me and would have no idea which organization to give to, because there's so many great ones, always consider that stretch pool, which is shared between all of the organizations. We're going to go back to our awesome contestants here in our Missoula themed Jeopardy party here. And if you're just joining us, we have Molly Bradford, Mark Haka, Meg Witcher, Helke Govertson, and Andy Smetinka. I never know quite how to say your last name, Andy. I feel like I just mumble it.
You said it lovely. It's perfect read.
It's best to just fake it till you make it, I think. This is, as you can probably tell, our silly hat round. Because why not? I mean, why not have silly hats? There's nothing wrong with that. And it's also going to be our round, The Sounds of Missoula. This is an audio round, so we'll ask you guys for some patience.
Didn't you want to see our pictures?
Where's Meg? Where'd Meg go?
Oh,
She's
yes,
there?
absolutely. Oh, well, hold on. Now, we're all going to hold up the pictures. We are going to take a screenshot of that. Now, here's the deal. If you're just joining us, we asked them to draw their best Rummel drawing. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So we'll just go through. We'll start with Molly and go down the list. If you'd like to hold up your picture, we'll take a screenshot of it. And then this is going to be posted on Missoula Gives or on the Facebook page.
Molly, nice. Look at Molly's.
Oh, yeah. So we'll all be quiet. And Molly, you can speak while you hold it up, and then we can see it. I'll be quiet now. Go for it.
Oh, okay. Well, we were lucky enough to get a Rummel recently of like a warrior Amazon woman with wolves. And so I just brought that into the Missoula scene with some swirling river clouds and bunch grass.
So good. Dang, you guys better. Okay, the bar has been set quite high. Let's see how else we did. Mark, do you want to hold up your picture and talk so we can see your picture?
Let me put it this way. I can sing, I can dance, I do the weather decently. I cannot draw.
Mark, as soon as you said you didn't know who he was, I wanted to see yours the most.
You know what,
Mark,
you know what it is. A river runs through it, and there's the L and the M, and downtown Missoula, and some clouds in the sun.
Lots of weather associated there.
And this is a second grade talent.
It really is. I would give it almost third grade, except that they probably would have gotten points your mountains involved in there, but it's pretty dang good. Meg, what do you have for us? If you want to talk while you're holding it up so we can make sure to stay on you.
Yeah, I just tried to make it as busy and swirly and lovely as humanly possible, with some dogs and some people swirling around a bunch of drawings.
Can you hold that up to the camera and make some noise for us to keep on you?
Oh, back up a little bit, Meg. That's awesome.
Oh, that's
Swirling.
good.
I did drawings. Also, drawing is not my talent, but doodling is.
Meg, that's amazing.
Oh, good.
It's pretty dang good. All right, Elke, what did you put together for us?
I did a swirly version with my favorite from the farmer's market, the dancing couple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God rest their souls.
I know. I love. It's a tribute because they really brought it to the swirling, dancing Rummel like Missoula.
Are they no longer around?
He passed away.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the gentleman passed away 2 summers ago, actually. Now, which is crazy. I remember I gave a short eulogy for him at downtown tonight. Of all things.
Yeah, there they are.
Well done, Elke.
They're doing great.
Still dancing.
Well, awesome. And last but not least, Andy, what did you put together for us?
Well, I drew one specific element from a J. Rummel drawing, and it's the North Dakota handgun. I don't know.
Ooh. Pointing backwards. Andy, that's amazing.
That's so good.
So good.
And also, Reed, I'd just like to say I'm a little bit miffed that you didn't ask me about my hat.
Well, what a great lead in. Andy, what in the little sweet baby Jesus is going on with your hat?
I'm so happy you asked. I made this hat out of hop buns that are growing in my backyard. I was pruning my hops today, and you know what? I think I would like to look like some sort of pan-like spring spirit, bringing joy and that kind of thing. So it's hop buns.
That is fantastic. I'm also excited your hops are up. Mine are still being very non-hoppy yet. I hope they survived the winter. Disappointing. Well, that's good. I appreciate that. I'm actually wearing my Oberon / King of the Fairy horns for us right now. So I feel in that very pan mood. You know what I mean? It's a pan kind of feel going on. It's a pan show. Speaking of our little show here, let's get down to some questions and let's do. Oh, so are we going to try to post those pictures, or was that just for fun?
I already erased mine.
Great work, everybody.
I erased mine too.
Mine's still there.
That's fine. I'm going to give everybody $300 for that. Fantastic work. Everybody gets $300. And let's keep in mind, not real $300, fake Jeopardy $300. So we all get points across. Even you, Mark, and you owe me.
Yes, I do.
So we're gonna now do some sound files. So make sure you guys can listen up in there. Each of these questions will have a sound file attached to it. So keep your ears open. Then you'll write down your answers, and we'll cut back to you for them. And the first one in our $100 category is: this Missoulian is well known around town for many things, from their sense of humor to their auctioneering skills. You have surely seen this person around town in one setting or another, and let's just take a moment to pause and we'll listen for that sound file.
Bank distributed 2,000 of these lovely birds last year to our friends and families in need. We need 2,000 this year or more, or cash, or any other donation you can provide. It's really difficult to have a great family celebration without food on the table, and our friends at the Missoula Food Bank deliver every year thanks to your generosity and help. So, go Grip.
That was pretty good. I think everybody got it up. Mark, did you actually know, or are you trying to cheat?
What's that?
Did you have something written down?
I can't think of the last name. Oh.
What did you go for? Aaron Brock. No, that was our mayor, our perennial mayor of quite some time now, Mr. John Engen.
Oh.
John Engen. So that's 100 points to everybody. But Mark, again, you're just so pretty. At least you're pretty. Let's move on to our $200 question. Here is a favorite sound of many community members. Do your best to listen and name this sound. Kind of hard to hear on that Zoom, so do your best. Echoing into eternity. Do your best, your best, your best. No, it's good. It just makes me feel powerful. We got a few guesses coming up already. We got rivers, we got puddle jumping, we got swimming. Is that swimming, Mark?
Yes.
Okay. I like to put an N in the ing of swimming, but that's just me. And Andy, did you have a guess?
To me, it sounded like that movie Event Horizon, where they're hearing that recording that's like from hell or outer space. It sounded like this to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're like me, you consider it the sound of hell. That was the sound of skiing.
Oh.
Which, if it's not the cold and wet that bothers me, it's the Brad Bros dishing about the pow pow that drives me personally
Frozen
insane. But
puddle jumping qualify?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a hard no on that, but I love your spirit. All right, let's keep powering through here, guys. Let's do our 300-line question. What is this sound, and where in town would you hear this? You could either use specifically or in general, which won't make any sense unless you know what it is. But all right, do your best to guess what that sound was. Not bad. Andy, we're a little classier than that around here. What do you have there, Elkie?
The trains down when they
Okay, we got-
bump each other.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the coupling. Such a naughty way to describe it. And what do you have, Meg?
Aliens everywhere.
What was?
Aliens everywhere.
I mean, not everywhere, but pretty dang close. Actually, guys, that was the sound of the bottling line at Bayern Brewery.
Oh.
Which again, it sounds a little hard to hear over this, but also I like your fake answers, frankly, more in general. I prefer
You could
when
always
we're all just.
award points for creativity for this round.
I could, but I'm not going to. Unless something really gets me. I'll give you guys a chance here. Let's move on to our $400 question. Here's your clue. This famous Missourian has been heard loud and clear in Missoula County for over 40 years. He's a movie buff and avid sports fan. Who is this?
Yesterday with additional communications equipment and negotiators for the operational period of Wednesday, which is today. Forces are being assessed to peacefully end the standoff. The 35-year-old man is alone, armed with several firearms. Fortunately, no shots have been fired. However, for safety and ability to move resources, a number of residents are still evacuated from the neighborhood. Sheriff Holden thanked the residents that have been extremely patient and understanding through the situation. Sheriff's office there very much appreciates their support.
Plenty, I'm sure. So, do your best. That is a local radio personality. Who is that? Micheline Markeka.
I'm hurrying.
Oh, Reed Reimers, you wish. I have way more dulcet tones than that. Howard Kingston, good. Not British, but worked out pretty well. What do you have, Mark?
Howard.
Oh, you had
yeah.
Howard. And what did you have, Meg?
Oh.
Markeka.
Markeka.
What?
What the heck is going on here?
What the heck?
How about you, Andy? It was, well, we just have we have the answer up there now, so it's a little too late. It
Oh,
was Peter Christian.
Creeder Piston. Nice, nice.
I was close,
It was
right?
close, so close. You know, not quite close enough, though. Peter Christian's working for Town Square. I think he's been the voice of the Grizz for quite a while. He does a show called Talkback on conservative talk radio, which I listen to because I'm a sadist.
I was going for
No
Mick
wonder I had
Foley.
no wonder I had no clue who it was.
I know. I thought Mick
Yeah,
Foley was the voice of the Grizz.
It's interesting.
I just don't listen to
Maybe
local radio.
maybe Peter Christian isn't the official voice of the Grizz. I'm just making things up now, which is
Yeah,
fun.
I think
He's
you're
one of
wrong.
the
We're at
big
that point
Grizz
in the
guys,
evening.
though.
It's okay.
I hope
Yeah,
his
you know what?
feelings
That's fine. I mean,
about it. I hope he's not terribly disappointed. Peter, if you're turning in, we're really sorry, buddy. Not all of us are sports fans.
not all of us are sports fans or listen to the conservative talk radio station before 9 a.m.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or in general. And last but not least, our $500 question. And again, this one's going to be kind of hard to hear, so make sure to listen up as carefully as you can. You may not have heard this sound before, but it's a sound that every Missoulian should be able to recognize. Ears open. You got some guesses going? My initial guess would be the sound I make when White Claws are not on sale at Orchard Street Food Farm and I'm thirsty. It's kind of somewhere between crying and sobbing, and with a harsh voice. We got a what the hell? That's fantastic. We got a few calls for an osprey, and who's our top right up there?
Mountain lion,
Molly,
osprey, griffin.
Can you pick one of those? Otherwise you could just write, just pull out the dictionary and just flip the difference. Yes, Molly sneaking in there. Yes, that is the call of a female mountain lion. I'm not exactly.
Slaying it.
Well, who would know cougars?
Yeah.
Who knows cougars better?
Exactly. It is actually a female mountain lion in, shall we say, estrus. So, or just Molly on a Tuesday. It's no big deal.
No. It's Wednesday, Reed. Get it right.
All righty. Let's move on to our Missoula history round next. Missoula history. These will just be regular questions. We do have some pictures, though. Hope we got those ready to rock. Just 2 more rounds here, guys, and let's power through just for the giggles of it all. Oh, no, we'll have to take a break right after this round anyway. So let's see. Our first our $100 question is, oh, this is another drawing question.
Oh.
This Missoula icon stood for more than 20 years, dismantled in 2001. It will always be remembered in one medium or another. It says drawing question, but you can just write too. You can write, you can draw, you can give us an interpreted dance. I also really love, Nikki, that none of these are in the order that they're in. They're just in a completely random order. So sometimes 500's first, sometimes it's last, sometimes it's in the middle. You never know.
So are you showing pictures?
Double-sided.
Do we show?
No, there isn't.
There is.
Sorry, the Missoula icon. Yes. Missoula icon was dismantled in 2001.
Oh my God.
We got some pretty good drawings in though. And we know Mark's drawing skills are great. So just draw a stick figure. We'll give it to you. Yes, that is the peace sign on Waterworks Hill on an old microwave tower.
U.S.
I
West.
have.
U.S. West.
There you
microwave
go.
tower.
I have an old poster of that with all these, like, you kind of looks like early 90s kind of hippie folks standing in a circle in front of it holding hands. And in the background, you can see a trail of dust and two, like, police four-wheel drive vehicles cruising up to bust them up, which is just that much more hilarious, I think.
That was just Andy with his hops on last week.
Yeah. He's good at it. Let's move on to our second question in Missoula history. Our $200 question is,
Oh, Andy, here
in
you
what
go.
year was Fort Missoula established? Yes, if you were listening to Andy's intro, it is within Andy's short and antiquated knowledge base. And we'll give it to you if you're within a few years, I suppose. Established, yes, as an official fort. We got 83, waiting on a Meg here. We got an 83, a 58, a 72, a 77, and a 73. The answer we have here is, on a separate page, 1877. Was anybody within just a couple, though?
No.
Meg, what did you
I got
have?
it.
No.
Meg got it.
I got it.
Meg had it.
Go, Meg.
Go, Meg.
1877. Keep it going.
I've taken
Keeping
this
it going.
to
Let's
the
move
Fort
on.
Missoula Museum at least 500 times.
Yeah, Meg.
You're like, oh, I have
Well
been
done.
there.
Good job.
You earned that question, Meg.
Let's move on to our $300 question. Here it is. The book, A Corner of Space and Time, is a showcase of work from local artist Lee Nye. It was inspired by what infamous Missoula locale? I'll give you a hint. This locale is no longer functional. So, A Corner of Space and Time, book by Lee Nye, was inspired by what here in Missoula?
Oh, I'm just gonna go with my original.
We can't hear that. Good. So we got Charlie's. What's your guess there? Oh, a brothel. Of course, you went straight to brothel, Heike. We got Charlie's. Meg, what was your guess?
Charlie.
Charlie. And Andy, what was your guess? Eddie's Club, which is the correct answer. Eddie's Club.
Go, Andy.
Which I've heard of. You know where that was, Andy? I've always heard of it, but I can't map it in my head.
Eddie's Club is where Charlie's is now.
Oh. You know what? Then we'll give it to everybody that had Charlie's as well. So,
Okay.
we'll give them who had Charlie's as well. Oh, everybody but Heike. I mean, come on.
Everybody but Heike.
I'm never
I'm glad you're here for me to make fun of, Mark.
Hey, no, I can take it. I can take it.
It's important. Let's keep powering through here. Question, our $400 question. This has two possible answers. We only need one of them. The University of Montana and the Montana Grizzlies football team have won Division I AA national titles twice in their history. Name one of those 2 years. One of those 2 years. We got some 95s, we got some 96s, and we got a nope. The answer was actually 1995 or 2001.
Ooh, Molly, way to get a vote.
That's Molly, Elkie, and Andy dragging in them dollar bills for their nonprofits. Folks, we have there's one more question in here, isn't there? Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. There she blows. Name this famous Missoulian. This is for $500/point. This fisherman, forester, and author is a famous Missoulian, although maybe not well known until a Hollywood heartthrob portrayed his younger brother. Name that Missoulian. Oh, and we have a picture for that one. How fun. There he is. Who's that? Who the heck's that guy? What's he doing here? Getting close with almost all of our guesses. Yes, we have Norman McLean down the side, and for for Mark and Meg, we were asking for the famous Montanan, not the guy who played his younger brother. But I'm glad that you guys all know Brad was around, even though a lot of that was shot in Livingston and Canada.
That's right.
It's still our movie, damn it, and we will claim it like it's ours. We're gonna
point of order. I
yeah.
think
Yes, please.
If you spell it M-A-C small L-E-A-N, because the big L-E-A-N was something that his father objected to.
Well, I'm going to go against that kind of stifling, religiously based name judgment and say if you want a big L, you live your life, you live your dream. And speaking of living your dreams, we're going to take one more quick break here for you guys to set up another little surprise for our folks. Again, thanks everybody that has been tuning in. It is our 8th year of Missoula Gives, and Bitterroot Gives has been joining us for a few years as well. We have over 162 amazing nonprofits. I don't know our current total, but you can find out by going to MissoulaGives.org. And again, please check on those matching grants. Last time we checked, there was still plenty of matching donations available. So go to the menu, check the matching, and it's just a $5 minimum donation. So if you can offer up just $5, throw it into the stretch pool, which is going to be shared between all of our nonprofits. We'll be right back with our final round and a final question after this.
Mama, in one word? Well, that's got to be care.
Leadership.
Nurture.
Opportunity.
Connection.
Community.
Crucial. Soul work.
Fulfillment. Inspiring.
Community.
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 Empowerment.
Diverse.
For me, Mama means determination.
Love. Yeah.
Right now? Sure. Hello, Missoula.
Hey, I can't even believe what's happening. This is so exciting.
We have hit $1 million. What are we at exactly? Logan, can you tell us?
299. I see 1,055,299.
Oh my God, we might even hit 1.1 before the night is over. We have, let's see, 15 minutes left.
I can see that every organization has gotten a donation today. Way to go, community. I'm so glad to see that all 163 participating nonprofits got donations in today. That's wonderful. This has been such a success. It's amazing. I'm so proud of our community. You guys, you did this. You guys have done this. You have helped give back to your community and make this a better place for all of us. I'm so, so proud of everybody. I just don't even know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
I'm almost speechless. The goal was raise $1 million for Missoula, and we did it.
We did it. I mean, that money is still coming in. We're at 158. And we have 3,500 donors. We were shooting for 5,000, but that's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. I just want to thank all the nonprofits for the work they did and the stories they told and the work that they do in our communities. And you really are, each of you just individually made this day what it is today. And so make sure to say thank you to them. If you have another $10, stick it in there. It would be really nice to get to 1.1 million. Let's see, we have on the leaderboard, we have Missoula Butterfly House. They had a huge matching grant, a 3-to-1. We have in second place Missoula Food Bank and Community Center, MTB Missoula coming in third, the POV coming in fourth, Soft Landing. No, that can't be right.
This is all organizations.
Okay. But I thought there was some other 20. No, it was on donors.
Oh,
yep. So MTB Missoula Partner Hope Foundation, which was just one of our trivia questions. Missoula Food Bank in fourth. Youth Homes coming in at 29,000. That is awesome, you guys.
Way to go, Youth Homes.
MCT, which my kids gave to. Poverello Center, Home Resource, Friends of Historical Museum at Fort Missoula. Yes. YWCA, who just opened their doors on an amazing new facility. If you haven't seen that on 3rd Street, it's pretty awesome. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Union Gospel Mission, Habitat for Humanity, Northern Rockies Research and Education Service, Glacier Ice Rink, first time Missoula Gives participant.
And it's not too late to give, guys. Go ahead and get those last minute donations in there. Let's help us keep pushing the needle as far as we can. The more we give, the stronger our community is going to be. We still have one round of Jeopardy left, and then we're going to come back and close out this night with a really big, huge hug and celebration. We're so excited about it. Thank you, Missoula. We did it. All right. I think we'll wrap up Jeopardy, and we'll be right back to close out our evening. Thank you, everybody.
And again, congratulations. Thank you so much to everybody that's donated to
Missoula and Bitterroot Gives this year. Over $1 million is amazing. We know how far that money can go. We know how important that money is for you as well. So to give it up is very generous. And you still have a little over 10 minutes to be extremely generous. Let's keep pumping that needle up. Let's keep supporting those great organizations that make Missoula the wonderful community that it is. And let's also keep going with this Jeopardy game. We have one more round, which I know I'm excited about. It is the round Missoula Today, some more current-based events around Missoula and Western Montana. Let's dive right in with our amazing contestants tonight. With this question, it will be I guess it's not a picture question, so listen up, contestants. This yellow-faced beauty lights up the hills of the Missoula Valley every spring. Yellow-faced beauty. While our contestants are writing that down, you may notice they did some background changes, getting it sassy, moving it through.
I reorganized some books on my shelf. Did you notice?
It was amazing, Andy. I can tell. I'm captivated. I am captivated.
Kind of minimalist. I didn't want to be too
There you go. Let's call that time. Let's hold up what you have for your answers. Look at over here. We got daffodils. We got balsam root. We got airleaf balsam root. And Meg, you are so far away. Can you read out your answer for me?
Balsam root. Airleaf balsam.
Balsam root. We will take all of them except for dandelions, Mark, even though, well, you know what? We'll take dandelions as well. They're yellow-faced, and they are on the hills. They're also edible and delightful. Let's go for it.
And they're very good for the bees.
Yes, the bees love it. $100 for everybody. We're just flying through here. Let's go to our $200 question in Missoula today. Current events. This Missoulian was recently nominated to head the Bureau of Land Management. The other BLM lived here in Missoula. What is their name?
Oh, I can see her face in my mind.
Need about 5 more seconds to scribble out a quick guess there. Got some. Meg, can you hold yours up a little higher for me?
It says I should know this.
You really should. Shouldn't we all, though? I know it, but also I have it written down, so it's hard to tell really how well I'm doing. Molly, what's your guess, darling?
Tracy Stone Manning.
Tracy Stone Manning. And Ilky, what did you get?
Tracy Stone Manning.
Those are our 2 winners of $200. Yes, Tracy Stone Manning. We're really excited to see her on the national stage. She was one of the major people that put together the removal of the Milltown Dam and organizing with all the folks around there. So it's great. Great. Good for America, because you got to get some Montanans up in there. Get some Montucky up in this business. All righty, our 3. Heck yes. Let's get a $300 question in. Montana will soon, speaking of federal stuff, Montana will soon get a second federal House seat after having 1 representative for how many years? Let me rephrase that just slightly. In what year did Montana lose its second congressional House seat?
Just reading this.
We used to have 2, then we lost 1 a while ago, and now we're going to have 2 again. If you know how those seats are picked, that might be a guess, kind of. We got our guesses popping up there. Is that 42? Is that 42, Elkie?
No, I said
For too damn long. Far too long. 108 years, 1983. I'm going to give it to Mark. The answer was 27 years, or 1993.
Right on, Mark.
Because it was from it was the 1990 census, which cut it out from us. So it's been 27 years, and we'll be a full 30 by the time we officially get that seat back. We're making a comeback, thanks to all the COVID refugees that fled here and are ruining our town. I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
I'm kind of kidding. No, I'm just
Good.
kidding. As long as they're giving to local communities, they're welcome. If you're just freeloading, then back to Jersey, you moron.
If you're watching this live stream, we're glad you're here.
Oh, exactly. We're very glad you're here. I know. It's always, I got a new roommate from California, and he's like, I feel weird because everybody's really nice, but I kind of see a look in their eye when they say it came from California. I was like, we'll get over it. Thanks for, you're sweet. Thanks for being here. Let's move on to our $400 question. This one's kind of long, so listen up.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, there's a new and somewhat controversial initiative has turned out to be quite a success for our community. The 25 tents, 7 people have transitioned to permanent housing, 4 have new jobs, 1 has enrolled in the University of Montana, and 100% are working with case management. This initiative is called the Temporary Safe Housing Space, and it was put forward by what 2 organizations? I'm going to go ahead and take either of those 2 organizations that helped put through the Temporary Safe Housing Space, which has helped out quite a few folks recently and is a very important part of helping out our homeless community. Which 2 organizations? One of the 2. We got a HUD guess. United Way in the Pop. United Way in the Pop. What's your say there, Andy? Paparoa Center in Montpurg. And then Meg, what did you have?
United Way, because you said we only had to have 1, right?
That's absolutely right. Yes, it is the United Way of Missoula County and a group called Hope Rescue Mission. So if you have the United Way, you get the points. The POB does amazing work for folks experiencing homelessness as well. But this particular organization was the United Way and Hope Rescue Mission. All right, folks, our last regular question. We do have one bigger question, our final Jeopardy coming up. But our last. Why don't we go out on this one? Because we're not going to, okay? Because this isn't about you, Meg, okay? This is about all of our amazing local nonprofits. All right, here's our last question, our $500 question. What is the median home price of Missoula in Q1, January to March of 2021? Give you closest to the answer, Amy, particularly close. Okay, how cute was all of that? I'm not going to give anybody any points because the median, wait for it, $427,500. That's the median home price. Yeah, welcome to Missoula.
Okay, that tells me
yeah, that was
we
actually a tragically sad question to go on.
Yeah, everybody
Exactly.
needs to
So, hey, folks, we're going to go to our final Jeopardy question. And I just have a quick clarification on this, so I'll be right back. That's the total that you've gotten in the previous 7 years? What does this question mean? Up in the last 7, we've only had this, and now we have over $1 million this year.
Is he going to give us the answer?
Yep, I think secretly giving us the answer.
All righty, here's the final Jeopardy, and this will be anybody that's just relatively close-ish, okay? The Missoula Gives is in its 8th year this year. How much money has been given, Giving Day raised in total to benefit our local nonprofit community? Different way of saying that. In the last 7 years, not counting this year, how much has Missoula Gives raised for local nonprofits? Not counting this year, but the last 7 years it's been run. We'll write down your best guess. And then we will have our total scores ready, right? Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, and why don't we, just so we can give you guys all a moment, why don't we start up with Molly whenever you're ready? Why don't you hold up your board and read out your guess?
Okay, hold on, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say, let me write it. I'm gonna say $2,925,000.
Wow.
295. Okay, Mark? You want to read that out for us?
Oh, I'm sorry, 9 million.
Mark is at 9, dreaming big. Meg?
4,987,622.
Okay, it's actually 623. You've gone under, which means you lose. Elkie?
I put $6 million in 7 years, I guess.
Yeah, in 7 years. And Andy?
5 million.
Can you read that out for me, bud?
5 million.
5,7. Well, we're going to give it to Molly, actually, because in the last 7 years, as amazing as Missoula has been donating to this, we've only raised $2,500,000. And that means this year, by going over $1 million, is the biggest year, hands down, for Missoula Gives, right? By a long shot. So thank you so much to everybody that's been able to participate in this. It's amazing. These groups have all, it's been a crazy, rough year for all of us, and these nonprofit groups in particular. So thank you so much to everybody that's put that in. We're going to do a quick tallying of the final scores. We're going to take one last break, and then we will announce our winners of our Missoula Gives Jeopardy right after this quick break.
Some of you are broken, and some of you are in need. Others have it together. Grab a shovel and plant a seed. Vibrant and resilient, we are here to celebrate. Make it all a little better. Volunteer and donate. Missoula gives a damn. Missoula lends a hand. And when Missoula takes a hit, we rebuild it bit by dollar matters when we gather around. Big things can happen in this little mountain town. This is where we work, and this is where we live. We need to be successful, be the change, support, and give. Missoula gives a damn. Missoula lends a hand. And when Missoula takes a hit, we rebuild it bit by bit. Missoula gives a damn. And Missoula lends a hand. And Missoula has the grit, 'cause Missoula gives a shit.
Communities are made by the people who live in them. We live in a special one. Our region's nonprofits play a significant role in the health, vibrancy, and culture of our communities, especially in this past year. So whether you're into the arts, education, mental health, you can find a cause to donate to that matches your passion. Please join the Missoula Community Foundation and over 160 nonprofits, May 6th and 7th, for Missoula and Bitterroot Gives. Your gift will make a difference for our neighbors and preserve our place for future generations.
When we opened our doors this fall, we didn't know what to expect. After all, who would come to an ice rink during a pandemic? What we realized is that we were providing more than just hockey and skating activities. We provided a safe space to exercise. We provided a social outlet. We provided a sense of normalcy in a world that was anything but. To expand and improve our programming and facilities takes donations from community members such as you. Please donate today and help us fulfill our mission of inspiring passion for ice sports among people of all ages and abilities.
Vibe too.
And we are back. Speaking of the delicious food we're all going to go eat right after we're done here, we are ready to announce our final winners. Again, huge thanks to all of our contestants this evening, and a huge thanks to everybody out there in the radio, TV, whoever you people are. Hi, nice to see you again. And for giving to Missoula Gives. It's so important for these organizations. So it's my sincerest thanks. We have our final scores up here, which might be kind of hard for people to see, but coming in, let's call it not 6th place, but 5th place, so it doesn't sound like last place, is Mr. Mark Haka. You can see nightly on ABC Fox Montana, being our lovely meteorologist. Again, Mark, you're just so pretty, too. I mean, that's what's most important here.
Don't patronize
Mark,
me.
we have... Oh, but it's part of my job, Mark. I actually have to, okay? We have, that'll be $25 for Mark for you to give to one or as many of the nonprofits that you would like to support as well. In 4th place is Miss Meg Witcher. Meg, you got $2,200, which is fantastic. And that gives you $25 to give to any of the nonprofits of your choice. You can just contact the Missoula Gives team here to sign those out. Next was Andy, coming so close to second with 3rd with 2,400 points. And so, Andy, that's going to give you $50 to give to your favorite nonprofit on that list of over 160. 2nd place is Miss Molly. We thought you had it, but you were just good at this cheap one, Faith. You're bargain basement shopping, and I love that. I love the way you did it. But
I love the way you
guys
highlighted my zeros. All the zeros that I got.
Yeah, they really wanted to be like, nothing. She got nothing on this one. But she failed miserably over here too.
Yeah.
That does give you $100 to pick between the nonprofits of your choice. You can contact the Missoula Gives team for that. And our winner tonight, coming up out of the blue, sweeping in out of nowhere, Miss Elke Gubbertson to 3,200 points, which gives you $200 US to donate to the nonprofit of your choice. So again, thanks for everybody that was watching this evening, and a huge thanks to our contestants. We're going to toss it back over to our Missoula Gives team for some final messages at the end of this amazing couple of days, and just phenomenal. Topping out $1 million for this day is fantastic. So thanks to everybody that gave. Thanks to everything. Thanks so much. Tossing over now to our Missoula Gives team.